I did the dishes yesterday, and then I cooked dinner, and now this is my situation. Guys, it is day 1 of week 2, and I'm getting ready to go to the gym. And on Saturday night, while I was sleeping, I woke up in the middle of the night, and my calluses were really tender, and usually that's a sign that I need to shave them down. So I figured I'd record this so you could see it. I used to be super terrified of doing this when I first started CrossFit, and I would do it when I got out of the shower. But now that I'm a pro, I find it easier for me to just do it on dry hands. Checking in with you right now because I feel like garbage. Every once in a while I get this like super lightheaded feeling, a little bit of pain in my like behind my left eye, and my vision gets really blurry. It's kind of scary, like I can't really focus on anything, and try to figure out what it is, but I can't. Now my foot's cramping. I'm a mess. But I can't really put my finger on what causes it. But as soon as I notice it, I just drink a bunch of water and get some sugar into my system. So I ate a Honeycrisp apple, and I've been drinking lots of water. And I'm about to eat dinner right now too, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, I've felt really good all day, and then all of a sudden, it might also be because I've been on my computer for a while, but I'm gonna eat some lunch and hopefully feel better. So first we got some kombucha, cashew yogurt. This is for my parents to have for dessert. We got strawberries, decaf coffee. For nighttime only. I drink caffeinated during the day. Pumpkin spice madeleines. One of the main purposes I wanted to do this series and get started on YouTube again was because I wanted to show people what it was like to count macros in a real life situation with somebody that works out, has to prepare food for other people as well, and just doesn't do this as their full-time job and has like these perfectly portioned out meals set up for the week every week. And for me, that's not real life. As you can see, all of these dishes, this is just from dinner last night. So this is happening next. The reason I turned the camera on is because I just got this box in the mail and I wanted to show you guys. You can already see, even though it's upside down. They are meal prep containers, and they are my favorite ones. Let's see if I can get this open. Oh, I paid for these, by the way. I ordered them on Amazon. They weren't sent to me. I'm not like sponsored or anything. I'm not that important. And keep saying that's not annoying. So I already own some of these, and when I first started counting macros, I had a ridiculous amount of plastic Tupperware. And then I started getting a little more interested in what that was doing to our environment, what it does when you heat food up in it, and some of the things that I found when I did my research didn't really jive with me too well, so I decided to slowly start changing everything over to glass. I would buy a few at a time, and I would buy 5 and I would get rid of 5. So I'm kind of in the middle of that right now. I've almost gotten rid of all of the plastic containers, which I'm really happy about. But anyways, these are my favorite meal prep containers that I use like for my meals when I pack them for lunch, and then they also just store food really well. They have the snapping lids, this little rubber part comes out. If it ever starts to get gross or yucky, you can clean it on its own. And every part of it is dishwasher safe, which is important to me too, because I have purchased some of these in the past where I get them home and I'm like unpacking it and then I read that the lid isn't dishwasher safe. I'm like, I already spend so much time doing dishes. Do you think I want to hand wash stuff too? No, I don't. So these are my favorite so far of all the ones that I've tried. I just wanted to share them with you guys and show them to you. I will leave a link in the description bar below to where I bought them on Amazon. Hello. I am about to leave to head to the gym. I'm actually in the car and I was feeling hungry before I left for the gym, so I cut up some apples to take to snack on. It's about 6 o'clock, so I have not eaten dinner yet. I won't eat dinner until I come home, so I needed that little snack, and let's go work out. So I already had my chicken and sweet potatoes and vegetables logged for my dinner tonight. And when I got home from the gym, I just felt like breakfast. So I'm making breakfast. I just finished my breakfast for dinner. It was delicious, and I have already logged some ice cream that I'm going to get to eat in a little bit. I knew in the middle of the day today that I was gonna want ice cream, so I put it in immediately so I knew I would have room for it. And I still have 3 fats, 3 carbs, and 16 or 17 protein left. So I need to figure out what I can eat to fill up those macros. These are 3 fats and 6 carbs. So one of these little cheeses would wipe out my fats. These are too many carbs because I only have 3 carbs left. What am I gonna do? I'm sure you're all thinking, why don't you just drink a protein shake? And I'll tell you why. I hate protein. I do not drink it. I think it is disgusting. I have never tried one that I've liked, and I have tried a lot of them. And at this point, I kind of wish I did like protein so I could just have a shake and call it a day. But I think they're absolutely disgusting, and I will never subject myself to that. All right, here's what we're gonna do because I am over this and I just wanna eat my ice cream and go to bed. I have plain, well not plain, there's a little bit of garlic sauce on this chicken breast, but I'm just gonna eat some chicken breast to get this protein out of the way. I'm not gonna worry about the fats. It'll probably add in another fat or at least push my fat over to be within 2 of my goal, and then I'm not worried about the 3 carbs. It's not that big a deal. Now that we got that chicken drama out of the way, it's Thursday today, and usually that means another meal prep day or a day where I need to cook again. I'm tired of eating chicken, potatoes, and a veggie, or chicken, rice, and a veggie. So I'm going to mix it up. I was feeling like fajita, taco style something, and of course I'm going to use my Instant Pot because it's amazing. If you don't have one, you should get one immediately. So we will need to be able to track this recipe in MyFitnessPal. So the way to do that, or the way I like to do it, is to write down all the ingredients in a list style on a piece of paper with the date, what I'm going to call the recipe, and then a line to put how many servings. Then ingredient by ingredient, we will chop or dice, whatever we need to do, each item and weigh them separately. Now that we have all the bell peppers cut up, we will write the weight down on our list. We are going to repeat this step for every single ingredient we have. We're going to cut it up, weigh it, and write it in on our list. Now that we're done with that, we have all of our weights written down on our list, just like this. Okay, now while your food is cooking in the Instant Pot, we're going to add this recipe into MyFitnessPal. So we're going to go to add new recipe, enter ingredients manually, and then in the title, I like to put the date and whatever I'm going to call the recipe. And then for servings, we're just going to put 1 for now. After we've entered the 1 for the servings, we'll hit the arrow on the top right-hand corner and start entering the ingredients one by one. I like typing in the ingredient and then typing raw and USDA after it. They have the most accurate database of what each item contains as far as macros. Make sure you glance over the macros to make sure they're accurate. Some items will have a barcode and you'll be able to scan that and enter it in that way. You have to be careful though, because sometimes these are entered incorrectly, so I always like to double check to make sure it's right. Now that we have all the ingredients entered, we can save this and come back to it later. Look at that, you made fajitas. Okay, now that that's done, we want to get out our food scale and get the bowl we're going to store it in and put it on your scale. Make sure you zero out the scale so it says 0, and then put your fajitas into the bowl. Now we have our total weight. This is the number we're going to use to write in our servings. Now that we know how many servings we have, we're going back into MyFitnessPal, opening up our fajita recipe and editing it to make the serving say 1,359. Now we can weigh out a portion and enter it into MyFitnessPal. I'm weighing this portion for my lunch tomorrow, and I chose to have 176 grams, and that will be our serving size. So go over to recipes and enter 176 in the number of servings, and now you have your entry for MyFitnessPal. Hi guys, it's Friday. I just got home from work. It's about 6 o'clock and I am in a hurry to get ready to go to the gym. I am gonna get changed real quick, take off some of this makeup. Usually I don't mind wearing makeup to the gym, but I went real extra today with my makeup. So I'm gonna take this eye makeup down a little bit, take off this lipstick, get to the gym. Look how cute these new pants are that I got from Lulu. They are high-waisted, under high-rise 7/8 tights. And I love the 7/8 tights because I'm short. They're like the perfect full length on me.
Hell yeah, eye contact. Good, Jen. Come on. Good. Yeah.
Good morning. It is day 6 and it is 7:26 in the morning on a Saturday, and I am headed to Santa Cruz to watch my nephew run a 1K. He's 6 years old. So that's what I got going on today. Have the day off. I didn't make my coffee this morning, but I bought this bulletproof coffee. I've never tried this before, so we'll see how this is. It's just the original cold brew with collagen. So I'll sip on that while I watch him race, and then we're having like a little breakfast brunch at my sister's. I didn't bring my scale. I probably could have, but I'll just eat what I know I can and what I know I can log and figure out the rest of the day from there. got home from my nephew's race and hanging out with my family a little bit after lunchtime today around 2 o'clock, and I was absolutely starving. So I had some lunch, and after I ate lunch, I was just super munchy. Like, I ate like a smaller portion for lunch because I had some possible dinner plans that were up in the air. So I was trying not to eat too much for lunch if I was gonna end up going out to dinner. But I just I just wanted to eat everything. And I ate 2 of those pumpkin spice madeleines that I got earlier this week. They were the last 2, so they're finally out of the house. But I ate 2 of those and like a handful of veggie straws. I just wanted something crunchy. Well, first I ate the veggie straws. I wanted something crunchy, and that was salty. And then after I ate that, I wanted something sweet. So then I ate the madeleines. And I'm just in this super like munchy mood. Like I just want to eat all the snacks. And so I was doing the dishes, and just being in the kitchen was like driving me nuts. Like I just wanted to eat everything. So I went and took a nap, like 30 minutes. I laid down for 30 minutes. Now I'm cooking some chicken thighs that were in the fridge that I just need to cook so they don't go bad, pretty much. And now I'm not even hungry, but I still want to eat everything. So I'm sitting in my living room right now while the chicken's cooking. But now the timer's going off, so I gotta go flip it. But these are the times like when I usually break down and say like, F it, I'll get super munchy, and I just start eating all the things. And I usually don't just stop at one thing. Like I said earlier, I ate those veggie straws, and then I went straight to cookies and ate cookies. So I had to get out of the kitchen so I wouldn't keep eating. So that's what I'm dealing with today, but I'm going to try my best to stay on track. I have like this mindset that it's like, oh, I've been really good for almost 2 weeks. Like I should like treat myself. But I just think of this saying that I saw one time that said, you are not a dog, you do not reward yourself with food. And I try to remember that all the time. It's super important, and it's a good mindset to have, especially when you're changing your eating habits or on like a quote diet. Like that's the dumbest thing, is to reward yourself with food. Like, I've eaten so good this week, so I'm gonna have ice cream. By the way, I've eaten ice cream almost every night this week, but it fit my macros. Anyways, just a little chit chat. I want to eat everything, but I'm not hungry. I guess I have an appetite, but I'm not hungry. Like, is that possible? Send help. As you saw from that last clip, we went to the mall tonight, and somebody bought Mrs. Fields cookies. And so lovingly, they bought an M&M one for me because that's my favorite. And I told myself I was only going to eat half of it. And then we were walking through the mall, and I wasn't paying attention, and I ate the whole thing. And one of those cookies has 12 grams of fat in it. So now I'm stuck eating egg whites for dinner. All right, so I am suffering the consequences of chowing down on cookies today. Luckily, I did have a few carbs left over, so I chopped up some mushrooms to go with my egg whites. Cook those first. This is not an ideal situation that I'm in right now, where I'm having to eat basically egg whites for dinner. And I did decide to go over just a hair on my fats so I could have a little bit of chicken sausage. But I'm kind of glad this happened, because I can tell you guys, in the past, if this were to happen to me, I would just feel after that cookie like I just screwed up the rest of my day, and there's like no coming back from it. So it's like I might as well just eat like crap the rest of the day. Just because you slip up once doesn't mean you have to throw it all away. And today is a perfect example of that, because I ate up all of the rest of my fats, what I was going to use for my dinner, with that dang cookie. And I could have just thrown in the towel saying like, oh, I already messed up, like I might as well just eat like garbage the rest of the day. Which, of course, that's the easy thing to do. The hard thing to do is to come home and eat egg whites. I hope I'm setting a good example that even if you slip up a little bit during the day, you can still correct it. It's not over. And say I had said, F it, and I went and had Pizza My Heart or Panda Express or something like that. Tomorrow's a new day, and my macros will all be at 0 again tomorrow. But you have to understand, the more you stick to your numbers and eat what you're supposed to, the faster you'll have progress. So this isn't about being perfect all the time, but it's also knowing that if you're not perfect all the time, you're not going to see progress as fast as you want. Just a little, heart to heart, letting you guys know that there's going to be times where things like this happen, but you can't just throw in the towel and give up. You got to stick to it and persevere. And that is probably one of the hardest parts when it comes to like the flexible lifestyle, because you do have that flexibility to tell yourself like, oh, I screwed up today, like tomorrow's another day. But also you have the responsibility to yourself to do it the right way. You owe that to yourself. But anyways, I'm gonna finish up this protein-packed meal, and you might even see me drink a protein shake tonight. Who knows? This is 36 grams of protein, 2 grams of fat, and 3 grams of carbs. Okay, here goes nothing. Honestly, not that bad, but it's still not good. It's a little bit bitter. That's because it's made with 100% cacao and it doesn't have any sugar. This is it. I'm done. No more protein. And yes, I've learned my lesson. Hello, it's Sunday, and today's been a pretty uneventful day. We've pretty much just been doing cleanup around the house and running some errands. Food's been really boring, although I did make a pumpkin spice waffle this morning that was really delicious, that I'll have to share the recipe with you guys. But one of the snacks that I picked up earlier this week at Whole Foods, I just tried right now, and I immediately went on Amazon and ordered some more. So I wanted to share with you guys. 10 out of 10 would recommend these 100%. It's the new Primal Beef Thins sea salt. I got the barbecue flavor too. I haven't tried yet, but these are so good. And the ingredients are so clean. Grass-fed beef, organic coconut aminos, garlic powder, onion powder, sea salt. Boom. That's amazing. These are so good. You guys have to try it. So all in all, this week went pretty well. I didn't lose any weight this week, but I did lose an inch around my chest, which is totally wild. And usually that's the first place that I notice loss in inches. But it was a good week. I stayed on point with my macros every single day, and I am super excited for week 3. Here we go.